fitness at 135, and then he can go to 40. He can go to 40, but then everybody say, oh, he ain't never fight Shakur. And Shakur last 2 or 35. That's when you fight, then go up to 40.
Next fight at 135, right? So you saying that after this next fight, you guys are trying to get the Shakur fight?
I ain't talking Shakur, but people get so emotional when they like to call him out. We would love to fight Shakur, man. Not calling him out, but everybody want to see the best fighter back.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. If it wasn't for him, this would not be possible at all. Low Nose Boxing. You already know what type of time I'm on. Hit the like button, share the video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, Low Nose Boxing. Let me also give a shout out to the Rise Podcast. I'm going to leave the link in the description box. The Rise Podcast. Shout out to Tyrone. Smoothie King, right back at ya. Yeah, you know what I mean? My Baltimore people for showing me love and allowing me to get on their platform to talk boxing. Shout out to Coach Kenny. Shout out to Senior. Shout out to that whole team. Shout out to B-More. Much respect. Anyway, I was on the Rise Podcast, and as I mentioned, that's Gervanta Davis's team, basically, as far as Coach Kenny and them, Baltimore-based podcast. And we was chopping it up. We was talking about boxing. And the topic of their podcast at the time was who would be Gervanta Davis's biggest fight at 135 pounds. So like I said before, we was chopping it up. And I was asking Coach Kenny, who was Gervanta Davis's coach, one of his trainers, along with Calvin Ford. But Coach Kenny was the one on the podcast that night. And I said, what's going on with Teofimo Lopez and Gervanta Tank Davis? And Coach Kenny has stated that they're not moving up to 140 pounds until they face off with Shakur Stevenson, who I like to call El Shakur Stevenson. El Boricua de Newark, New Jersey, my Puerto Rican brother, you know what I mean? So we was chopping it up, we was talking boxing talk, and then, you know, he had a lot of energy towards Shakur Stevenson. He said, we're not moving up until we fight Shakur Stevenson. So I said, Coach Kenny, so you telling me y'all calling him out? Coach Kenny was like, no, we're not calling him out because Shakur could get a little emotional at times because fighters do have egos, you know what I mean? But that's the fight that we want. We're not moving out of 135 pounds until we fight Shakur Stevenson. So with that being said, what we're going to talk about is a potential super fight somewhere down the road between Gervanta Tank Davis and El Shakur Stevenson. You already know how I always consider the young four champions in boxing right now: Shakur Stevenson, Gervanta Davis, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, the modern day four kings of boxing, right? Those are, to me, the four most talented and gifted fighters in boxing right now. However, unlike the four kings of the past, those guys have not fought each other yet. Now, Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney have already moved up to 140 pounds, right? Gervanta Davis and Shakur Stevenson are the only two left at 135 pounds. However, by the time these young men retire from boxing, I'm pretty sure they're all gonna fight each other. And I don't think anybody's gonna walk away undefeated when it's all said and done. When you have fighters at the highest level, like Gervanta Davis, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, when fighters of that level all face off with each other, somebody gotta take a loss. Because nobody there is head and shoulders above each other. They all have their attributes. They all have their skill sets. There's a lot of noise outside, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things going on outside. But I'm in here in my crib relaxing, talking boxing with y'all. That's what I choose to do. That's my passion. You know what I mean? To continue to talk boxing with y'all until boxing talk becomes my full-time job. So like I was saying, Shakur Stevenson and Gervanta Davis, right? That's a fight that can generate over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Gervanta Davis right now is, I would say, he's sharing the name, the face of boxing right now with Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo Alvarez is still doing what he's doing right now. But Gervanta Davis sold 1 million pay-per-view buys with Ryan Garcia. Yeah, Ryan Garcia had something to do with that because he has a fan base himself, but Gervanta Davis also had a big role in that situation. Gervanta Davis is one of the most popular fighters in boxing, if not the most popular fighter in American boxing right now. He has an exciting style. He's a great boxer. He got dynamite power. And then you got Shakur Stevenson, who I personally feel, when it comes to pure boxing skills, is the best pure boxer out of that bunch. But fighting a guy that just has punching power and fighting a guy that has punching power and the boxing skills and IQ to put that power together is two different things. And that's what Gervanta Davis brings to the table. Shakur Stevenson is, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many others, is the best defensive fighter in boxing and possibly the best counterpuncher in boxing as well. So the day that Gervanta Davis and Shakur Stevenson do fight, that's going to be a huge fight. Me personally, even though big fights in boxing nowadays usually go to Las Vegas, Nevada, being that Shakur Stevenson is from Newark, New Jersey, and Gervanta Davis is from Baltimore, Maryland, I believe that's a fight that should go in New York City at the Barclays Center. Gervanta Davis has sold out the Barclays before. Shakur Stevenson hasn't fought in the Barclays to my knowledge, but I'm sure that fight will sell out. You see, Gervanta Davis is a popular fighter. He has the hip-hop fan base. He's also adapted well to the Mexican fan base. A lot of Canelo Alvarez's fans admire and follow and support Gervanta Davis as well. Because, you know, Mexican fan base, for instance, loves the bravado. They love that action. Gervanta Davis, even though he's more of a boxer, counterpuncher, but he has the dog in him to fight toe-to-toe. He got the power to make it exciting at the end of the day. He's must-see TV when he's fighting. And then you got Shakur Stevenson, a slick fighter with tremendous reflexes, boxing ability, head movement, the whole 9 yards. But Shakur Stevenson brings in two fan bases. Shakur Stevenson is no slouch when it comes to having the following of the hip-hop fan base. But Shakur Stevenson also has the Puerto Rican fan base as well. So this fight can definitely sell over 1 million pay-per-view buys. As far as who will win this fight, that's for another video. I'll do a preview and prediction fight, a preview and prediction video whenever that fight actually takes place, whenever it really happens. But for those who spoke to me before on different channels, different platforms, because I go on different people's lives every now and then, they know where I stand at. They know where I carry it. They know how I carry it. Team Shakur all day. But yet, that's still a 50-50 fight. So with that being said, I'm just thinking about, you know, fights further down the road. I'm predicting that fight could happen sometime in 2024. But 2023 has been a great year for boxing. We've seen some great fights. We got Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade coming up, and I'm gonna make a video about that pretty soon as well. So I just had to get this off my chest and speak about the excitement that I have about a future potential fight from two of the young four kings in boxing. So with that being said, hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment. Low Nose Boxing, because Low Nose Boxing, I'm out.